Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about comments from Yuki Tsunoda and Lewis Hamilton following qualifying in Spain, as well as a big update on Stroll. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Yuki Tsunoda, who's responded to qualifying last for the Spanish Grand Prix. Now, this weekend in Spain has been awful for Tsunoda. I mean, after Friday's practice sessions, he said, "I have no idea why I'm slow." And then after qualifying, he felt his laps had been cleaner, but he just still wasn't fast. And speaking about it, Tsunoda said, as quoted by motorsport.com, "I don't think it's the setup, because to be honest, we tried almost every setup. There's obviously some preference here and there, but I think I'm still convinced that we're able to at least put it all together in terms of the car balance. And like I said, the car balance itself is not bad, and at least also my confidence was there. The lap in qualifying on both sets of tyres, especially the last push, was pretty good, so it doesn't really stack up with my results and with the pace that I'm having." So this is not good that Tsunoda feels that his laps are better, yet the pace is just not there. And we know how good Tsunoda is. We've seen what he can do in the Red Bull Junior team. But right now he's following the pattern of other Red Bull drivers in that they perform well at other teams and then they jump in to the Red Bull second seat and then they're just nowhere. So there's a huge amount of work to do, and you could say what happened in Spain was down to his floor, with Tsunoda saying, "Check the floor," after riding over the exit of turn 13 quite aggressively. But motorsport.com say it's understood this did not actually cause any damage. So, as I say, Tsunoda's ended up last. He thinks his laps are better, but he's still well off the pace. And as I say, there is a lot of work to do. But let's move on to Lewis Hamilton, who has slammed the new flexi wing changes at the Spanish Grand Prix. Now, as we know, a new technical directive was introduced at the Spanish Grand Prix weekend, and this is basically a clampdown on flexing with the front wings. And basically, there's a 5mm reduction of permissible flex in the wings when tested by the FIA. And prior to the Barcelona weekend, there were suggestions that McLaren, for example, could end up much closer to Red Bull or Ferrari with the mandatory introduction of new stiffer front wings. But it's not worked out like that at all. It's pretty much business as usual so far, with McLaren taking an absolute dominant pole with Oscar Piastri, and on top of that, locking out the front row with Lando Norris in Spain as well. And also as usual, you've got Red Bull's Max Verstappen, the Mercedes and Ferrari pretty much where they were before this clampdown was introduced. And Hamilton made his opinions known on the subject after qualifying. And he believed that the minimal effect on the grid rendered the development of the new wings pointless. He was quoted by motorsport.com as saying, "The balance is definitely not as nice as what we had before, but it hasn't made any difference. What a waste of money. It's just wasted everyone's money. It's literally changed nothing. Everyone's wings still bend. It's just half the bending. And everyone's had to make new wings and spend more money to make these. It doesn't make sense. But it is what it is, and we just continue on." But let's move on to Stroll, who has pulled out of the Spanish Grand Prix. Now, Stroll qualified 14th for the race, but due to pain in his hand and wrist, he will not take part. Now, Aston Martin believes this relates back to what happened in 2023. Basically, before pre-season testing got underway that year, Stroll fell off his bike and missed pre-season testing as a result, with him undergoing treatment to his wrist. And in a statement ahead of the Spanish Grand Prix, Aston Martin said, "Over the course of the past 6 weeks, Lance has been experiencing pain in his hand and wrist, which his medical consultant believes is in relation to the procedure he underwent in 23. As a result, his medical team have confirmed that he will not race tomorrow, and he will undergo a procedure to rectify these issues before focusing on his recovery." Now, Stroll had been called to see the stewards following qualifying for an alleged breach of the sporting regulations after failing to be weighed in the correct manner following his Q2 exit, but that doesn't matter anymore because Stroll will not be taking part in the Grand Prix. Now, I do wish him a speedy recovery. I mean, we've seen Daniel Ricciardo go through something like this in 2023 following a crash he had in Zandvoort, and he missed a few Grand Prix. And right now, it's unclear when Stroll will be back in the car. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. And until the next one, take care. Bye.